Hey, Casey Page here. And in this video, I want to show you a little bit about what happens to custom fields and lead sources and whatnot whenever contacts fill out a web form. And so they convert, and then maybe they come back later and fill out a different web form with different tracking data. So what actually happens inside Infusionsoft? So let's pretend the first point of entry, they came from Facebook, and then maybe months later they came from Google AdWords and they clicked on an ad and then they converted again. So how does that work with iTracker, with Infusionsoft, the lead sources, custom fields and tags and stuff like that? So this is going to be a really quick demo to show you what actually happens. So down here I built a couple URLs. One has a source of Facebook, sidebar for the medium, and free trial for the campaign. So I'm just going to load this URL and I'm going to go to it. So let's just pretend somebody clicked on this link from Facebook. We were running a sidebar ad and they filled out this web form. So we're just going to do test 100 at testing.com. And fill this out. So I'm going to create this account, and so what I expect to happen is this contact is going to get a lead source of Facebook sidebar free trial. So that did in fact get set, and since I have my lead sources configured to also capture the GA content and GA term, those were not set, so that's why it says not set. But this person's lead source is Facebook sidebar free trial. If we look at the iTracker custom fields, the GA source is set, the medium, the campaign, the IP address, and the referring URL. So everything worked just as expected. If I go to his tags, and right now the HTTP post that I set up has not ran just yet. Now he did get a prospect tag, and that's from a different campaign that's not related to iTracker, but that's from the the regular campaign. So I'm just going to refresh this and wait for basically the HTTP post to run, which is set up right here. So I'm going to pause this video. It should run here in a few minutes. Okay, so I believe that post has already ran. So if we go back to the tags, he had the prospect tag, which was from a campaign, and then we sent the HTTP post. And what happened is, if you have iTracker, the premium version, and you're using tag-based tracking, you can enable tag-based tracking, and you'll get a tag applied called Facebook sidebar free trial, and of course that's time stamped. And if you have split tagging enabled, you can enable these tags for each of the different custom fields to be applied as well. And if you have the country tracking enabled, you can also get a country tag if you want that. You can turn this tagging on and off. It's really simple. So at this point, we know that this guy came from Facebook, from the free trial sidebar ad. The custom fields are set, and the lead source is set. So what happens? Let's just pretend let's clear our cache. We close our browser down, and now there's a different URL out there. There's a URL out there on AdWords, and it's a pay-per-click ad, and we're running some discount campaign. So let's go to that URL, and we're just going to pretend this actually happened months later. So we'll do test 100 again at testing.com. So we're using the same email address, and this contact record already exists. So we're going to create the account. So that form was submitted. We're going to log back into Infusionsoft, and let's see what that campaign actually, or what that contact looks like. So the lead source is not going to get overwritten. The lead source is going to remain as Facebook sidebar free trial. That's not going to change, because when you submit web forms, the lead source field works completely different than custom fields. The lead source cannot be overwritten through a web form. If you go to the eye tracker custom fields, the custom fields can be overwritten. So the GA source now says AdWords, pay-per-click for the medium, and discount for the campaign. So the custom fields were overwritten. So this kind of serves as the last point of entry, and the lead source is the first point of entry. And once the HTTP post runs, we should get some other tags applied. So I'm just going to pause this video and wait for that HTTP post to run for this contact. Okay, so I unpause the video. Just as a quick tip, you can go to your General tab and go to Campaigns, and you can see the recent campaign history and also the upcoming campaign items. And so in the upcoming campaign items, there was an HTTP post listed here, and I just clicked Post. Otherwise, you can see the time at what time it's going to run. At this point, in this case, it was going to run at 11:42, which is in about 12 minutes, and I didn't want to wait that long. So I just forced it to run and clicked Post. And you can also repost these, HTTP posts through here as well. So now let's see if iTracker has ran the posting queue. So let's refresh this page. Go to the tags. Now we have more tags applied. So a contact will only get one tag. So the prospect tag was already applied. It's still there. Here's the Facebook sidebar free trial and the split tagging, free trial sidebar, and then the country tag. So all these were already applied. And then if we could pretend that this was maybe 2 or 3 months from now, this would be a different date, of course. And then you could see that they also came through the AdWords pay-per-click discount campaign, and then there's these optional split tags as well if you need these enabled, if you want to have them enabled. So the tagging, if you have this set up, you can kind of see all the different points of entries. The lead source is the first point of entry, and the custom fields serves as the last point of entry. And so can we prevent custom fields from being overwritten? From an iTracker perspective, we can't. We can't do anything about custom fields being overwritten. We just can't do anything about it. So they will be overwritten. But you can use tagging to capture the little intermediate steps, and also the lead source, to be the first point of entry. And if you don't want to have all these tags, you can just enable the tag tracking, which would only apply this tag and this tag. So you would have 2 different tags instead of having the split tags for the source, campaign, medium. You could disable the country tagging if you didn't want that. And then you would be left with a contact with 2 different tags, so you could see where they, how they came through. So if you have any questions, let me know, but hopefully this helps you understand how the custom fields and lead sources and tags and all that stuff helps as far as overriding data. Thanks.